You can't help everyone. All right, guys, I'm really excited to make this video today because it's a lesson that I'm learning right now in that, well, can't help everybody. So I don't know if you guys have heard much about codependency. It's something that, a lot of people struggle with. It's kind of what I think is the root of addiction. And I definitely have had it big time. And so for me, it's manifested, I think in the beginning it's people pleasing. However, now it's more manifested into like, well, I guess it's still people pleasing. It's wanting to kind of rescue and be someone that can be very helpful, and like, no matter who I can reach or whatever, like they're gonna get value or whatever, they're gonna get help. And what I'm kind of realizing, man, is that that's just like not it. There's gonna be a lot of people in this world that want nothing to do with what I can offer or help or be of service, and that's okay. It's quite freeing to finally release and realize, because it means I don't have to try so hard. Um, would I like to help everyone? Yes. Actually, maybe not anymore, but originally would I have liked to? Yes. Can I? No. And that's okay. That's okay. Again, it's something that I think when you get into your recovery journey and stuff, you really will start to realize the importance of service, right? Of learning how to get outside yourself, be of help to somebody else, right? In addiction, it can be quite a selfish thing. So really, it's really important for us to learn how to be a little more altruistic, right? And so how does that manifest? Well, what I really recommend for people that are trying to quit is to get into some sort of service position, right? Eventually be a giving to the community in some way. Get outside of yourself, right? This helps a lot of people get and stay sober. I will share a story from tonight. So as you guys know, I do dating coaching as well. So it's our other business, and I'll put a link if you guys want to check that out and you want to get into some sober dating. It's definitely a really beautiful part of recovery, and it's something that has kept me sober, because I'm like, I see now how staying off addiction and drugs and alcohol and stuff is only going to allow me to have a healthier, better dating life, right? So being said, I was out with a potential guy that I thought we could maybe work with, a potential client. And, I could see he needed help, right, in some certain areas. He was very skilled in a lot of areas as well. And, what I offered him, he did not want. He did not want, and he had some good pointers and reasons why he did not want that specific service. So I did pitch him an offer, and he was like, I noticed some things because of that. I don't think I can really, I don't really want your help, basically. And in the moment, it did sting a bit. I was like, oh man, like dang, like it was humbling for sure, because I thought I could be of great value to him, and basically he's like, yeah, I just don't want your help. And I think in that moment, after I let it sit with a little bit and felt it, I realized, okay, like, hold on, it's okay. It's okay, man. Like, again, you're not going to be able to save every single person. You're not going to be able to change the life of every single person. And in fact, wanting to and getting angry or upset that I'm not is actually a bit selfish. It's a bit me wanting to feel good off helping another person, which is in a sense selfish. So I was being selfish in that situation, and that's why I felt upset about it. And really, it's interesting because I take it back to like this recovery coaching I do as well. If someone doesn't want my help, it's whatever. Like I'm no longer like upset if someone doesn't want to work with me. And at first I was, though. It like did sting a bit. Now though, not so much. And so I think since I'm starting this new venture, I still have a bit of ego investment in like wanting to have success in it. And because of that, if I get a no, it's like, oh man, like dang it, like this ain't gonna work. Now the recovery stuff, like it's been a couple of years since I've been doing this in terms of at least beginning to consult folks. And at first, I would get a client here or there, and it was pretty sporadic. I didn't know if it was sustainable, but what I've learned is that over a couple of years, it doesn't stop. So it's like it allowed me to take the pressure off. Like, hey, if this person doesn't come through, I'm not, like, someone else will, right? And I'll be able to assist them and help them, and of course earn income off it as well. So really, just a huge lesson in realizing that, like, okay, like man, I don't have to be so hard on myself. I can be gentle with myself. I can congratulate myself for the work I did, and even trying and putting myself out there. As well for yourself, right? I think maybe the lesson that can be taken away from today in this video that can help pertain to where you are is that don't be so hard on yourself and that you don't have to be so hard on yourself. Easier said than done. I know. It's people with addiction can be very hard on ourselves, right? And that being hard on ourselves can cause guilt and shame within. And then the way we want to alleviate that is to use substances. So it can be a vicious cycle. And I think it's really important to practice that self-compassion, that forgiveness, the inquiry into, okay, how can I do better next time, right? Because we don't just want to feel sorry for ourselves and never get better. We want to learn from it and grow. So learning and growing, how can we do that? Well, yeah, taking that inventory. So, and then as well, being compassionate with ourselves. You might be asking, okay, how can I be compassionate with myself? Like, what does that look like? I've never been compassionate with myself before. And I can completely relate to that. Like, that's not an easy feat by any means. I think what a great place to start is journaling, right? So this is something I've started to do again every night, and I did it for the first probably 5 years I was in recovery. Every night I would write 3 things I'm grateful for, 3 things that I did well or that went well, and then 3 character assets. So 3 things about myself that are positive impacts in this world. And I did it every night before I went to bed. So it like programs to my subconscious when I slept. And over years and years, I kind of realized like, hey, I am a decent person. Like I'm not this evil guy, or I'm not this scumbag, or I'm not this, prick or whatever. I was judging myself for that day. So a lot of the judgment I had on myself went away. And as well, like in the morning, it can be very helpful. And I started doing that again recently too. So wake up, 3 things I'm grateful for, 3 things that are character assets again, and then 3 things I got to do for the day. So, or as many grateful things as you can think of, and then 3, and then 3. And then those are kind of like my guidelines for the day. And it really does help me get started and help me feel good about myself, right? So that's really helped with like the self-compassion and being less hard on myself, right? It's still a daily challenge. I still have high expectations for myself and standards. And if I break them, I get very upset. And, why am I sharing this? Because I think it's important to, I love sharing about like how my experience has, can help and you can get sober and stuff and how it can be a benefit. But I want you guys to know too, I'm like a person, like I'm a human being, and I'm like not perfect by any means. I'm perfectly imperfect. There we go. And I'm growing a lot, and I'm always learning and trying to find out more about myself and work on my character defects and flaws that cause me to be less available and distant with other people. So it's something that I'm really working on, and it's important to know that like when you get sober, you don't get to this mountain peak. You'll get to little peaks, and you get to celebrate those peaks, but you're gonna have to go inwards at times and really relook at yourself and kind of ask yourself, okay, what am I doing the right thing? Am I on the right path? And how can I improve and be better? So I'm always, again, like I said, I'm always improving and trying to be a better person. One thing I'll share with you guys too, like for my dating. So dating is something that I've shared before is an important part of my life, and it's now a business, and we're very excited to be helping guys find women and dating and all that stuff. I'm definitely at a place for myself where I want to be dating only women that I think are to a quality standard that is in line with my values. And I'm still a little stuck with, I'll see a girl that I think is pretty physically attractive, but I can tell maybe has some of those red flags that I know I'm not going to be compatible with. And I'm struggling to kind of cut ties with that before trying to see it through, if you know what I mean. And I think I want to be able to just let that go. So I'm going to, there's a girl that is in that situation right now, and I'm going to put it out to you guys. I'm going to unfollow them, and I'm going to move on from them, all right? Because I can tell it's not going to go anywhere besides maybe a fun night in the bedroom. So again, I'm holding myself accountable to you guys. And anyway, so a good problem to have, because it's when I was smoking weed and stuff, the only problem I had was smoking weed and wasting all my money, and I was dealing and stuff and getting in trouble there. So you get to have these kind of problems when you get sober, and you get to deal with life and face life on life's terms, and kind of get to live a bit, right? And we see it glamorized on YouTube, and maybe you've been on my channel and you're like, man, Joel's always killing it or whatever. again, guys, I hope this video can kind of shed some light that I'm not always on fire. Like a lot of days can be difficult, a lot of moments can be tough. I don't know a lot of things. There's not much I don't know, and it causes me stress. So again, guys, no way I'm perfect, and comment down below if you're also not perfect and you can relate to this. So I guess, yeah, I think that's all I got for tonight. It's pretty late. We got this brand new camera, and we're testing out these little new mics here that have this noise canceling feature. So I'm going to turn it off and you can hear. So yeah, it's off now, and then you can hear like the wind and stuff. So I turn it back on, and then boom, I think it goes quiet. So yeah, just kind of having some fun tonight, shooting an impromptu. I think I'm going to start making more videos just kind of like this. I've already started to, but I really want to not care so much about having a perfect channel, right? I'm just going to talk about what I want to talk about and throw it out, and kind of like the theme of this video. If you resonate with it, great. If not, great. And I'm not your guy, and that's totally fine. And maybe at some point you will find value from this, and if not, that's okay. I'm really here to serve those that want to be served when I offer, and yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So this is kind of just like how I am on a regular basis. I definitely take time to think about things. I'm not like super clean. You see a lot of edits, like where I cut things up, right? So I don't always like smooth. A lot of what you see in the video is edited. So this is a pretty much like straightforward cut. And with that, guys, yeah, I hope I could give you some like, something to do on an afternoon or whatever, and give you some hope that like I've been through the ringer. I know what it's like to think that my life is ending and hopeless, and that I have nowhere to go. And I can just tell you guys from the bottom of my heart that was not the case. And it doesn't have to be the case for you either. If you get out there and you work every day on creating a better life for yourself, and really spend a few months to get rid of this weed problem, and or whatever addiction you're dealing with, and kind of start anew. So guys, with that one, we'll talk to you soon. Adios. Peace.